and welcome back to the Non-League Podcast with myself, Lee Simons. And today we've got another special guest with me. We've got Stanway Rovers defender Jon Carver with us. Jon, how are you?
I'm fine, mate. How are you?
Very well, very well. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day, but unfortunately we're still stuck in isolation, aren't we?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes, we are. So what are you doing at the moment? Are you working? Are you in isolation? Or what are you doing at the moment, Jon?
Yeah, still working and staying up with partners.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep myself busy and keep myself ticking over and fit as well.
That's good. That's good. So what do you do for work at the moment, Jon?
So I work at Muntons PLC.
Yeah.
We do homebrew products, beer, wine, cider. So basically running the machinery and the plant to make that, basically. All quite interesting stuff.
I bet it is, especially with today's weather as well. People will have those beers and ciders and everything else, which will be good.
Yeah, everyone's decided to start making it now, so orders have gone through the roof, you see. So
I bet they have. So you say you've been doing a bit of a training. What kind of training have you been doing?
Nothing too vigorous, to be fair, but just been doing 5k runs. I think everyone's been jumping on that bandwagon, to be fair.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I've been bought a new bike, so I've been going on some bike rides, which I quite enjoyed, actually.
Wow, that's good.
So, yeah, actually, take my hat off to the people that can do sort of 50 to 60 miles a day, because it's quite tough work, to be fair, if you're not used to it. But
exactly.
Nah, just keeping busy and keeping my mind active more than anything else, really. I think is the main thing.
I bet, Jon, I bet. So for people who are listening to this podcast, can we just have a little bit of a background story for you and how you got into football?
Yeah. So I started playing football when I was about 10 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Just mainly playing out in the back garden, to be fair, when I was a kid. And the more I sort of got a little bit older, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I got to school, and I think some of my friends at school could see, why don't you play football? I never really had given it a thought. So there was one night, his name's Colin Herbert, he come and knocked on my back door. Yeah. Completely out of the blue. And it turns out there was someone from school who played for his Sunday side, Stowe Falcons.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, he came and knocked on my door and said that he'd heard that I'd quite like to play football. Yeah. And told me that I'd enjoy it and why not give it a go and come up to training. So the next training session, I think, was on a Thursday. Yeah. Went up there and I never looked back since, really. Definitely. So I started playing there from under 11, so we just went up to 11 aside. Yeah. Played there all the way through to under 16s. Then when I was at school, so my last year at school would have been 16, or 15, sorry. I joined Stowmarket in the under 18s on a Thursday. Yeah. Did that on a Thursday and on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, as soon as I turned 16, Don Bowers, I think his name was, the reserve team manager said, I want you to come play for the reserves. So that was the first taste of adult football. And just was playing Saturday, Sunday, Thursday. So I was always footballing, to be honest with you. Yeah,
sounds like it. So how was that when you went into, from the boys' football to the men's football? Was there a lot of change in your game at all?
No, I wouldn't say there was too much change. I think you learned quickly. You didn't have as much time on the ball. No. Because I think the first tackle I got put over the touchline, so it was welcome to men's football, really. But
I bet it was.
But you learn quickly, and I loved it because I got all the experience of playing with people my age and older people, and that's all I wanted to do at that age. Really, was just to run around and kick a ball. But yeah, always enjoyed my football, really.
That's good. So from the Stowmarket Reserves, whereabouts did you go after that?
So I was playing for the Stowmarket Reserves. I think I made one or two first team appearances, only off the bench. Yeah. I was playing for the reserve team. We played Needham Market Reserves at home. Yeah. Kevin Horlock was the manager then.
Okay,
yeah. We played him. And funnily enough, I was playing centre-half that day, and I'd only really been put centre-half here and there. Yeah. When I was needed to, or in a game where they felt that would be better put there. And I was at school, and I got a message from him saying he'd like to speak to me about doing the full-time course at Needham.
Okay, yeah.
So I wasn't sure what I was going to do when I'd left school, you know, whether it was college or whatever else. And as soon as I got there, obviously, with that football mindset I had at the time, I still do in many ways, but at that time I was obviously mad on it.
Yeah.
He hooked me straight away. So went through to the academy there. I've done that for 2 years. Really, really enjoyed it, and I had a few opportunities. Trialled at places like Barnet and Cambridge and Brentford, which is all a massive learning curve, and and it really opened your eyes to, not how to almost look after yourself, if you like, and what it really did take to be a footballer.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Fortunately, it didn't quite work out, obviously one reason or another. But then after the 2 years, I found myself needing a job, so I had to go out and work, and I was playing still for the reserves at Needham, made the odd first team appearance here and there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got an injury that just couldn't quite shake off. So that really sort of put a halt to that season. I think I'd been about 19 at the time, I think. And, around that time, to be fair, I sort of just fell out of love with it a little bit, because obviously you work that hard and you play for that long.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden to have it taken away from you, and it was a bit of a period of trying to find work and obviously not playing as much. Yeah, I suppose I just fell out of love with it a little bit on that time. But
yeah, I bet you did. So you're suffering from an injury which you couldn't really shake off. But then, did you find work? Did you find that back the love back for the game as well? Whereabouts did you go after that?
Yeah, so obviously I had a season out, basically, if you like, and I found my work where I'm currently working now.
Yeah.
And then I got a call from an old mate of mine, physio Kirk Denham.
Yeah.
Saying that Stonemark are interested.
Okay.
Obviously, being my hometown club, obviously I was really keen, and I think around that time it was in the back of my mind of what to play, but I didn't really know what route I was going to take. Whether to sort of go play with my mates or because obviously it was all up in the air. And I went and spoke to Rick Andrews down at the club, and he sold me straight away. And just the feeling of walking back into the club and sort of talking to the manager again, and it got me that buzz back straight away. And and ever since I did that, I was again never looked back from that sort of moment, if you like. So
yeah. How was Rick as a manager anyway? What's he like?
All round top bloke, really. He was first and foremost very good with me. He was always honest and said what he thought towards me, and I think that every single player you speak to would always tell you that he's a top bloke and everyone respects him.
I bet he gets that. Is he kind of like a father figure, like takes you under his wing and then just says like go out and do what you need to do?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, his team talks are always pretty simple, and he just illustrates really what he wants from you, and he tries not to put too much pressure on you, and he fills you with confidence and he believes in you, and like most managers do, they send you out and they want you to work hard first and foremost, and that's all he demands really, that you go out and you enjoy it and you work hard.
So you got the phone call from Rick, and you've come back to the club, and how did that feel for you, going back to play for your home club basically?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a time of obviously Stowe hadn't been really doing very well at the time for the years previous, and I think they come to a point where they want to make a go of it. So there was quite a lot of excitement, almost, I think is the word, and but at the same time it wasn't easy because obviously I hadn't played for a year or so it was trying to get back fit.
Yeah.
Sort of using your muscles you hadn't used in a while, and it was tough because you try and get fit, and so sometimes you get niggling injuries, and as well at that time we had quite a lot of good players around us, so it was just trying to keep hold of your shirt as much as anything really, but at the same time enjoy it and get your love back for it again.
That's good. So from that point on, whereabouts did you go after that, John?
So I had 2 seasons with Stowe.
Yep.
Then in the first season we won the first division.
Yep.
Went up to the Premier Division and done really well. You know, with the squad that was there, and we had a really good squad. But obviously, they made a lot of changes after we won the first division, which I think, obviously, considering that and where we finished and the points we had, was a really good achievement.
Yeah.
The following summer, Stowmarket signed a lot of quality players.
Yeah.
Which left me almost fighting for my spot and with non-guaranteed game time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Muzzy and Rick were open and honest with me and said that they would like to loan me, because obviously sitting on the bench is not doing me no good moving forward. And
definitely,
you know, if I'm going to be at any kind of level fitted to Stowmarket or whoever else, I need to be playing. So
yeah,
I wasn't sure where we were going to go or what we were going to do, but I came along to the game and was on the bench when we played Thetford in the opening game.
Yeah.
And Danny White had spoke to the management and said that he'd take me, and by the Tuesday I was playing for Thetford against Great Yarmouth. So
wow.
Yeah.
So did he actually speak to you beforehand, or you just went into playing for Thetford against Great Yarmouth? I think.
Briefly, I mean, obviously there wasn't a lot of time between the games. Muzzy had spoke to me after the game, and he'd given Danny White my number. He rang me, said about what they would like to do and how it could be good for both parties, and I was just excited to, you know, have the opportunity to go and play football. You know, it was. It wasn't a case I was just going to go in and walk in and play. I needed to make sure I was playing well and, you know, and fighting for my spot as well. And I had to drive to Bury, meet him at the Tesco Bury, and sign the forms double quick. And then, I think that was on the Monday night, and so they went through, and I was playing on the Tuesday.
Wow. So how was that for your debut then against Great Yarmouth?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, you walked into a team where they're a great bunch of lads at Thetford. I've got nothing but great respect for them all, and they've been playing together for a long time. And you sort of walked into that dressing room, and it was obviously quite a bit nervous. You know, you just played them on the Saturday, and then all of a sudden, one of the teams you just played, you've got their player now coming and sitting in your dressing room. So, but no, honestly, it was a great time there, and from day dot, Danny was brilliant with me, and the players were really good with me as well. So
that's good. So because you were only on loan for, was it half a season, or then you had to go back about Christmas time or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'd had a bit of a inconsistent sort of beginning of the season, I'd say. But with the team we knew we had there, we were doing. You know, we knew we could do better, but I think it was just a case of gelling. Yeah. I got a call from Paul or Muzzy on, I think it had been about early December, late November time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stowe were struggling with injuries, and they needed me back to come and play, basically, because obviously being part of the squad, they needed me back. So I went back, I played, I think it was half a dozen to 8 games, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I think we had someone away. I can't remember who it was in the Vars now. Big was weighed away in the Vars.
Yeah.
And obviously I found myself on the bench. I think with the quality of the squad they had, players coming back, and didn't really get back in for a few games. So then obviously playing at the beginning of the year, you know, doing quite well.
Yeah.
Building up that, you know, game after game momentum, and then with that it was a bit of a sticky period, really, you know, deciding what to do. And Muzzy and the club had said that they wanted to loan me again, you know, so I was getting game time. But I think at that point, you know, as much as I love Stowe, and I think people know that, you know, being my hometown club, and I love my time there, I decided it was the right thing to go and play football.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at that age, or the age I am, such, you need to be playing week in, week out. And, you know, I was willing to fight for my spot, but if you're only playing half the games, it's tough to get where you want to go. So
especially if you want to get into that top level where you want it to be, you know, even like further up the pyramid, really, because you want to be playing week in, week out, don't you?
Yeah, you got to get the right mixture. I mean, you know, there's one thing enjoying it, but you also have to know, you know, you also have to have the ambition to want to improve and get better, you know, otherwise, you know, in my opinion, you're kind of done anyway. So, yeah, I made the decision to go there permanently, and they welcomed me back, and, yeah, I really enjoyed the end of the season with them, and was just enjoying playing football again, you know.
Exactly. So, of course, Thetford got to the cup final, didn't we, and narrowly lost out, and that must have been quite of a high for you, because playing at a Premier League ground, Carroll Road, and I bet that was quite exciting for you and the players, actually going to that stadium and trying to get a trophy back to Thetford, really.
Yeah, no, it was them sort of days don't come along too often.
No.
And if you actually watch the game back, I actually think on the day we were the better side, you know, and probably came away very, very unfortunate not to at least, you know, not to go out in the manner we did. I think was the disappointing thing, you know. But yeah, the lads were superb on the day, and obviously being the underdogs, I think almost suited us, because we didn't have that pressure of feeling we had to win. We just went out and took the game to them. We were superb.
Yeah, I thought you'd done really well personally, but it wasn't to be. But then, of course, after the season had finished, where did you go after that?
Yeah, so at the end of the season, I still felt that, you know, with myself, I just wanted a fresh start. So I decided to leave Thetford. As good as they were with me, and as much as I enjoyed it, I felt that I needed a fresh opportunity and a fresh start somewhere else. And at the time, I didn't really know where I was going. There was a couple of clubs that spoke to me, and I'd verbally agreed with one.
Okay.
That I'd go across the pre-season, and I got a call from Angelo, who I used to play with at Stowmarket.
Okay, yeah.
He'd then taken over the role of director at Stanway.
Okay.
And he said, "Look, John," he said, "have you signed any forms?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, come and speak to me then." So I went and spoke to him, and he basically told me that the club wanted me, and the direction they wanted to go in, and what they were looking to do, and it felt like the right decision for me. You know, it felt like the right sort of club, the right sort of almost the right direction of where I wanted to go. And obviously, I played with Angelo, and he's a top bloke.
Yeah.
So I took the decision to go there, and I'm pretty very happy I did, to be fair, because I think the last season we've had was probably one of the most enjoyable I'd had as a player and when adult football that I can remember. So as well as my time at Stowe, you know. But
yeah, especially because you finished up in third position, didn't you? And then because you had like a game behind Norwich United as well, you were pushing Norwich United all the way as well. And I already mentioned this in another podcast to Liam Jackson, who plays for Norwich, that you're a very physical team. You really are strong. You wanted to be like direct. You were hard to beat, especially at your home ground as well.
Yeah, that was the way. Almost the manager, has credit to him, really, the way he wanted us to play, and he's top bloke, Danny, and he'll demand from you every single game. Hard work, and the management team there are brilliant. Him and Adam and Husey, obviously one of the players, but got injured at the beginning of the season. They were brilliant, and everyone was on the same page in the way we wanted to play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you made over 42 appearances, and you're flying high as well, third position. But of course, these things come to an end, especially what predicament we're in at the moment. But as I say, you were literally flying up at top of the league. You know, you were beating those teams up the top with you as well. So you had teams like Newmarket Town, Wroxham as well, who you beat just before this season ended. You beat them by a goal to nil at their place. Of course, Wroxham were on a flying run. They've had a good run in the Vars Cup as well. So credit to you and your teammates that you got to the third spot in the Premier Division.
Yeah, I thought you look at the season as a whole, I thought for a first season as a squad together.
Yeah.
And even then, we added players and we lost a few sort of during the season as it was progressing, and I think that's credit to the management team and all of us as players, as you know, for where we finished, because obviously with a lot of chopping and changing, you need to build a relationship with your players, and everyone needs to get on board with the way the manager wants to play. And yeah, I thought as a first season, I thought it was a fantastic one, to be fair, or a very good one. But it's just a shame the way the season ended. Obviously, we felt we were starting to build some momentum towards the back end, and but obviously things are how they are at the moment. There's more important things. So.
Exactly, and it's definitely more important things going on at the moment. But Jon, for going on for this season coming, what is your plans for next season?
Well, I'm happy at Stanway. Obviously, none of us know really what the situation is moving forward, when we're going to be coming back. But in terms of moving to a different club, and I've got no other club in mind. I'm a Stanway player, and that's how I see it moving forward. But obviously, we don't know when that will be or when we're going to be starting up again. So in the meantime, it's just keeping busy, keeping ticking over and fit, and just looking forward to that day we're allowed to get back training and play football again.
Yeah, going back to pre-season and everything, that'd be good when that happens. But I've got another couple of questions for you. When you're stopped finishing like playing football, do you want to go into coaching? Do you want to be managing a team?
I've given it a little bit of thought, but I think at the age I am, I've still got a lot of learning, lot of learning to do.
Okay.
And I think I want to just be enjoying playing football before really thinking about that. But I think to keep involved within football, I think that would be something I'd look at. Maybe start somewhere and try and work your way forward. But yeah, definitely maybe like a youth team or something along them lines.
Okay.
Maybe to give back to football, or even to just staying around it, really.
Yeah, sounds good. It sounds good. So, from your point of view, who's been your toughest opposition you faced, say, from last season?
Well, I think Stowmarket are the obvious one. I think when we went to their place at the beginning of the season, and I thought we gave them a good game. I think it was a game of two halves. But the quality they have on the pitch, I don't think they need to be playing, out of their skin to win games. They've got some really good players, but there was too many to really single out apart from Stowmarket, really. Obviously, we played Chelmsford City in the Essex Senior Cup, and they were a decent outfit, obviously, as they would be. But there was a lot of tough teams in the league this year. I mean, you can name out Newmarket, Norwich United, Wroxham. Them three are below Stowe, just below Stowe, would probably stick out in your mind.
Yeah, I bet there was. So, what has been your highlight of the season so far from last season? What's been your highlight?
Cool, that's a tough one, that. I don't think there is any really that stick out in mind. I mean, we had some good results and good performances. But I think with the way the season ended, I think it was hard to really sort of find that one, big moment. I'd probably have to say the Woodbridge game away in the FA Vase.
Yeah.
We went down to 10 men early in the game, and in a game like that, obviously, FA Vase a lot at stake for the two clubs as such. I managed to take it to a replay on Tuesday, going through extra time, and unfortunately we fell short on that night. Maybe a bit leggy, maybe missing a few players and whatever. But yeah, I'd have to say that Woodbridge away game, I thought the team as a whole really dug in and showed what we were all about as a team. Really, the hard work and the togetherness, and yeah, I think that'd probably be the one, I reckon.
Fair enough, Jon. Fair enough. So, in your footballing career, what has been your highlight high, should we say, in your football career?
I enjoyed my time at Barnet. I think going down and playing for a professional under-18 side, it really taught me a lot about, the sort of professional game, if you like.
Yeah.
Although not being a professional, obviously, you got to see it a little bit closer, and I really enjoyed going down there and seeing all the sports science side of things and how they look after themselves, and then the other would probably be the FA County Youth Cup run we went on with Suffolk.
Yeah.
Or, as a to get to the final at Portman Road was a great experience and one I'll remember.
I bet you. I bet you would. Bet you will.
But yeah, and also there's too many to mention, to be fair, in terms of enjoyment. But that first season at Stowmarket where we won the league as well, to see what it meant to the club, and obviously putting them into the Premier Division for the first time or getting promoted was great to see. And there's some great people at that club that have worked really hard, and to see the enjoyment and happiness on their face was priceless, really. So
sounds good, John. Sounds good. So, going back into the non-league side, right? Because I've only been watching it for a few seasons now. Back in 2017, when I started to watch it, do you feel that there's been more support throughout the last couple of seasons? Stowmarket, they're doing terrifically well with the support attendances. They're getting between 300 to 400 people, even more now. I was speaking to Robbie Sweeney earlier on, and he was saying about all the younger kids coming into the club as well. So they're not going to watch Ipswich or Norwich City. Do you think that's a good thing for the younger fans to come in and actually see you actually playing?
Oh, definitely. I think there's a few things to that. With the ticket prices of football matches that are ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yes.
Also, I think that turns people away almost, so they kind of think, well, what else can we do? Yeah. So going to watch non-league, I think it puts you more back in touch with football. You can you can stand by the pitch and have a beer, and you can have a social with your mates. And with Stowmarket, a lot of clubs are doing. The kids can go down for free, which I think is a great idea, and it's a good one all round, really. And I think it's almost more realistic for the kids to watch, because it's somewhere where they can actually see themselves playing. As much as we all want to be professional football players, it's very tough to get there. So I think it's non-leagues on the up, mainly due to football being so pricey to get to, and obviously the lure of being able to the social side to non-league. And I definitely do think it's on the up. But it's definitely a good thing.
That's good. So one last question for you, John. With myself and a few others do highlights, YouTube videos, and of course podcasts as well. Do you think it's a good thing that we're doing all this? Do you think it's going to be good for the non-league side of when you're playing and you can look back on things?
Yeah, of course. I think non-league in its own right is tough. It's a good standard of football, and almost kind of adding to what I said earlier. The difference with non-league is a lot of the players are going to work. They're rushing home to get to a game, and after a long day at work is quite tough. And I think people coming to watch that appreciate that, if you like.
Yeah.
They realise that it's not quite as easy as just sort of, coming back from work and going and playing 90 minutes. It's tough, and I think that's what people appreciate in it. So almost hearing the more reality side to non-league and doing your podcast and almost promotes it in a good light, because you see obviously what people are doing day to day, and you get to hear more about what people are like. And I think it's only good for non-league, and it will help promote it and hopefully get more people watching it, because it's probably doesn't get enough credit for what it is.
Well, John, I appreciate the kind words, and John, I really thank you for stopping by and speaking for me today. That's really good of you.
No problem, mate. No problem.
That's good. For people who are listening, many thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye for now.